And now we need to buy in some aluminium, which we can do from Manchukuo. And that sorts that problem out. We can also deploy some of these guys. Yeah, not yet. Not yet. And we are now fully on to construction of our military industries. We can add another designer. Don't have any plans for new ships. New tanks won't be until 1940. So, not that. Unless there's light tanks available. Technically. Although our tank designers are kind of rubbish. We're on the verge of 38, so we should really start the computing machine. The problem that Japan has is none of these are acting commanders, which means their skills will never improve. So unless we have like a genius hidden away somewhere, the specialists we definitely don't care about. The experts, maybe. We can always replace them later. Imamura is actually one of our active units, so we can put Imamura in charge. No, we should have gone for the theorist. Yeah, we should have done the theorist. We can start doing the doctrines. Never mind. There's the logistics company. Let's get 80. So I can upgrade the tank guns if I decide to go that path. Keep your armor to yourself. Oh, you weren't all assigned to the... Oh. Okay. Glad I noticed that. I was wondering what the big exclamation mark meant. I appreciate your ambition, but that's stupid. So, January 1939 is when we're going to get the 1940 fighters, so we'll be a year ahead of time. But they'll be amazing fighters, 20% more agility, and we'll also drop just a bunch of air experience on it. Might actually need to get a doctrine or two before then. We might max it out. And then we need to start working on our carrier unit upgrades, but that's all low priority. Because I'm not expecting China to do very much at sea. You're attacking into Mordred, good. That means you're going to get some urban combat and also some more engineer. Which is awesome. You're now actually starting to get some decent skills. And we have free dockyards. We do. So that means all of those destroyers have now been upgraded. Which means that this fleet is now officially escort fleet. And actually, before we do this, your destroyers are the wrong classification. They should be that. Except we've got that weird ass bug. Wait, these are screens. What's happened here? Did I just classify the wrong destroyer as the wrong thing? I totally did. No, I didn't. They didn't upgrade. Yeah, that that refit was done rather more quickly than I kind of expected it would be. Which I think solves the problem of still building ships. I need more aluminium. Where am I going to get my aluminium from? Soviets? Dutch East Indies. Man, I can see why the Dutch East Indies were such a tempting target. They just have so much stuff. Fuel refining finished. And it's January 38, which means we should work on these. Okay. Spain's got to be on its last legs. Yeah, it is. We got a couple of traits and things. We were able to rebuild our armies in kind of the way that we wanted. Although I would still like to add artillery to the Hoheishidans. But if I do this, then we are definitely going to be short on artillery, and we need to produce a lot more and have a lot more in reserve. Anschluss of Austria after a successful coup d'etat by the Nazi party in Vienna. German troops have crossed the Austrian border. The time for Western imperialism has come to an end. The peoples of Asia must band together as a strong, unified continent under our leadership. Asia for the Asiatics. We are still 30,000 guns in the hole too. We have a lot of things that we need to be producing. How does Japan go to war so early? Naval doctrine research costs, land doctrine cost goes down. That gives us more recruitable population. That gives us just more output. And we'll keep the services a bit more balanced. Raiding regiments means that we can get more capacity, and now because we are reducing the strength of our marines by adding artillery, the special forces attack and defense modifiers aren't as useful. We just need more of them. So raiding regiments I think would be good. This is going to really dramatically shift things away from the navy though. Army is currently dominant. But this does reduce the army doctrine cost, which I think is a good move. Okay, factories are pretty much established everywhere. Now I do feel like I want to get the infrastructure up to level 4. Ooh, especially there. There's resources. And there. So go ahead and do that. Nationalist Spain took 9 states. Spain has been annexed. The Spanish Civil War seems over as remaining Republican forces have capitulated or gone into hiding. Right, it is time for us to begin assigning command as we intend them to work. Oh, I was thinking of putting the marine guy here, wasn't I? Imamura. Well, this definitely wants to be... Where is he? Yamada. Or do we start getting Tanaka some skill? No, this is going to be Tanaka. And then this is going to be... Imamura. Yeah. And then once those units return home, we will be able to deploy them to smoke generators. And with that, our destroyers are now fully ready to do their thing. There should be a bit of resource in Northern Korea. There is tungsten and steel. A little bit of aluminium up in Manchuria, but honestly... aluminium might be the one resource that we're going to struggle on. But it's okay, because the only thing that uses aluminium is aircraft, and I think we can actually develop aluminium deposits. I did see it somewhere. It's here. Nationalist victory in nationalist Spain. Recent weeks have seen tensions rise between the various factions of the victorious nationalists, but now, in the banishment of the recalcitrant leaders and the forceful unification of the political parties, Francisco Franco seems to have been able to mend these divides. Civil War is over. We need a lot more rubber and a lot more aluminium. Which also means we're going to be using a lot of civilian factories buying stuff in, so it's kind of a good thing that we spent so long building those up. Tanks are ready to deploy, that's good. That's going to be a massive increase to our attacking capabilities. And if I wanted to upgrade these to you, we could totally do that. And suddenly we have a very, very modern army, though it's going to be incredibly fuel hungry. Oh, these guys need upgrading as well. More guns. We're going to be starting this war with a couple of shortages. Just one or two here and there. Oh, we've got another unit that's ready to deploy. You are now full strength. If there's anyone else that needs training in this last 100 days before War with China breaks out, then we will do so. Looks at the logistics reports. Just a few shortages, really? I mean, by my standards, yes. Of these, the most concerning is probably the 3,000 trucks. I may have misread one of the reports. Slightly. I mean, what I could do is disband like you. Let's get rid of you. Which should give us some more resources. That can go. Yeah, see, that just saved us 1,000. We can keep those Manchukuo. Okay, Marco Polo. Here we go. Japan is poor in resources, but our neighbours are not. We must take from them what we lack and only require an excuse to begin doing so. Such an excuse could be provided by a few enterprising soldiers, after which the Emperor will have no choice but to assent to a war, no matter how ill-prepared. Well, not under my leadership, we're super sorted. Chinese United Front forms Chiang Kai-shek and Mao Zedong have issued a joint announcement declaring that they have set aside their differences in the face of Japanese attack. Both sides will observe a strict policy of non-aggression against each other for as long as the war against Japan lasts, and have vowed to do everything in their power to throw back the invader. Xinjiang joins. Yunnan, Jibai Sanma. And we have spare factories again. That is a nice feeling. More trucks? No, I think we need more guns at this point. 27,000 gun shortages. Little bit concerning. Oh, there's aluminium. And we never even did anything with Manchuria, but that can still happen, honestly. And then we need to start looking a bit more to the Navy and preparations for moving southwards. Theorist. Ah, okay, so decision time. I mean, it's not really a decision. We need to go for the military theorist. As much as it would be nice having Yamashita for the Grand Battle Plan expert, because it's another 5% cheaper doctrines, we've been preparing ourselves for superior firepower. So we're going to be doing superior firepower. Improved aeroplane catapult. Nice. Let's get magnetic detonators. Then our recon ships, which is going to be these guys, need to have something set up. So you are going to switch out your mine layers for spotting. Let me just see if I can save points in any of the others of these. If they're going to be the same cost to upgrade. 583 is the number I'm looking out for. If it's 900, then it's not too bad. I don't really want to waste all of my Navy experience on upgrading individual classes. Keep pressing the wrong button. These are all 929, so the differences really aren't that extreme. So actually, if I cancel all of those. And I already have a different version. You don't have any. So what were the other modules? Huzzah! It's another gun and torpedoes. And it would cost $396 to remove those. But it wouldn't cost anything for the ships that already have it. Gone. Which I think would actually make things cheaper in the long run. Yeah, we're going to remove those modules. Because this ship is really not supposed to be a fighting ship, it's a detecting ship, and that's it. The less it weighs, the better. I'd love to put on another engine, but that massively inflates the cost to basically the price of a new ship. There's no point to that. These recons are going to be super fragile. We're going to want to have a dedicated recon ship later. But yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to call this the RC2. We're going to remove that, we're going to remove that, we're going to save that. And we're going to upgrade every single ship in this group to that. That didn't work. 20 days per ship, which kind of sucks. And then the Sendai is going to be a slightly cheaper. Because all we're doing for you is upgrading that from a tier 1 to a tier 2. Still costs 500. Just because we're putting you into dry dock, I guess. It actually... It's about the same cost to just upgrade you to the same class. Then I can upgrade my entire flipping fleet at the same time in the future. Let's do that. Alright, so recons are going to get their comeuppance. Congo class is very nearly done, then we're going to have a whole bunch of dockyards doing that. Bit of a bigger project, but never mind. No radar, we haven't actually researched it yet. We need to. How are we doing with Marco Polo? Halfway-ish. And it was a good point. We probably should continue upgrading radar. Marco Polo after United Front form sounds rough. I don't think so, because it usually forms pretty quickly after war breaks out anyway. a little concerned by some of these units basically having no guns. But they'll just have to suck it up and deal with that. At least we got tanks. And this is going to be the steel boot from which we get victory or not. And we will have pretty good air cover, because we have been building like the tier 1 good aircraft. We haven't got the tier 2s yet, the Key 43s. We're not far off. I think we'll go with Okamura. At least our units will be relatively well trained. And we should still have a lot more factories than China does. In fact, I wouldn't be that surprised if the discrepancy in factory numbers is even greater now than when historically this war breaks out, because I've been pretty good at upgrading my factory numbers. And actually, the other thing I should do is reorganize my air wings. The non-carrier ones, anyway.